enough, Lady Hastings, but all in ignorance as to what thy husband wishes.
What I wish, Ashley, is to ascertain what knowledge thou hast of this young rascal proclaiming himself to be the Queen's son.
None at all. I had not seen the boy before this morning.
Of course you would say that. Always ready to lie for your precious bits.
My queen is indeed precious to me, but I have no reason to lie.
No reason. For years thou hast smiled and nodded as Elizabeth has vaunted her so-called chastity. Then suddenly this boy appears proclaiming himself to be her son. Someone has to be lying, and we want to know if that someone is you.
Nora, please. This is our queen thou art slandering?
Be quiet, Edward. Someone has to get to the bottom of this.
Indeed, Lady Seymour, and I shall get to the bottom of this. Now stop interfering. Now, Ashley, as the Queen's most senior lady and long-time mistress of the bedchamber, surely thou are in a unique position to confirm or deny even the possibility of the existence of a male heir.
My queen has sworn to her chastity before God. There is no need of my confirmation.
You stupid woman!
Francis!
It's bad enough I have to compete against this worm to be considered as heir. Now this trumped-up nobody from the hinterlands has the gall to put himself forward. And wilt thou, my own wife, hinder my efforts?
I have always supported thy ambition, husband, as fits my duty.
Then do thy duty and get some answers out of her!
Lady Cat, my husband and Lady Seymour do not wish to cast aspersions on the Queen's character. Far from it. They merely wish to understand why the Queen did not immediately denounce the boy, have him arrested the moment he made this preposterous announcement.
I know not.
She must have some plan, something to work against us. Otherwise, why let the third should be called into doubt? You scarce spent a day away from the Queen these 20 years, let alone long enough for her to bear a child without thy knowledge.
And the boy must be about 20 years or so.
20. Oh dear.
What? Thou hast remembered something.
I do not question my queen's word, but if I were called upon to swear...
Thou couldst not. Why for? Speak!
What happened 20 years ago, Cat?
Nothing! I mean, nothing that I know of. 'Tis just that 20 years ago, I married Sir John Ashley. 'Twas the happiest day of my life.
Well, congratulations and happy anniversary. Hush. Why is that important, Cat?
Well, when I got married, I thought to leave service. Although I love the Queen dearly, John was my husband, and it was his wish that we come here to Stirling, his home, to live. And so we did.
For how long?
Nigh on to a year in which we lived very simply, just us two, though we did dream of becoming three eventually.
Yes, and what made you leave this Garden of Eden?
The Queen needed me. Once she began regular audiences and going on progress again, she
Going on progress again? Why? Had she stopped?
Yes, that was a very, very bad year for my Bess. First the scandal, and then the small
What
pox.
scandal?
Thou art too young to remember, and 'tis never spoken of at court. But that was the year that Mistress Dudley, Amy Robesart that was, fell to her death at Cumnor Place. And most everyone thought that Master Dudley had some part in his wife's death, that he might then be free to marry the Queen. So she sent him away because of it, and lived out of the public eye for a time. And then she contracted the smallpox herself and almost died.
Smallpox? The face is not at all disfigured.
I have never forgiven myself for not being there when she needed me. So when she called to me when she was well, of course I went. I have not spent a night apart from her since.
Yet there was nearly the span of a year, some 20 years ago, that the Queen was not much seen by the public and not at all by her closest confidants.
Surely 'tis only coincidence. This story in no wise proves the lad is the Queen's son.
Proves it. Oh, no, that is not what I meant.
We have no doubt as to what you meant, Mistress Ashley, and are grateful for this intelligence. Lady Seymour?
Mistress Cat.
Stupid old woman. She didn't know herself what she knew.
Sounds as though you want it to be true. If he is her son and she acknowledges him, well, your chance to be king goes out the window.
As does your chance to become queen, Lady Seymour. Of course I don't want it to be true. However, knowledge is power. At least now we know that there is a chance, however slight, that the boy is genuine. And that makes him dangerous.
And what will you do now?
What I do when anything threatens me. Remove it.
Francis, no. He's just a boy.
A boy? Did I assume that thou art referring to me, cousin?
No cousin of thine, upstart. Keep a civil tongue in thy head when addressing the Lady Hastings.
Faith. Meant no harm, my lady.
None taken. But thou wilt do well to tread carefully. Thy position is tenuous.
Mayhaps. But the Queen herself has sent for me to this place to hear my story. Once she has, I have no doubt she'll accept me with loving arms.
The Queen is coming here.
Aye, she shall be here anon.
The danger were to be neutralized before the Queen had a chance to question him.
She might well reward the one who's saying God of her reputation. Die, impostor!
Francis!
Go!
No, you
Hold your
silly
blade,
boy.
cousin! I have no...
Cousin! Do not call me filthy slanderous woman! Laura! There you are, Jeff!
How dare you touch me!
Danger of woman! I endanger you, boy!
Might be approaching!
Enough! Have our cousins taken to brawling amongst themselves like petty warlords? Is the crown of England to be decided not by sword on battlefield, but by a knife in the ribs in some Billingsgate alleyway? Does now the assassin hold sway over our succession?
What are we, French? Your Majesty, what can my husband do but defend himself against this interloper? The boy is obviously a dangerous maniac.
Honora! Your Majesty, there was fault on both sides. Such conduct is unseemly, and I humbly beg thy pardon. As do I.
As do I.
Very well. You and you are dismissed. I would have conference with my son.
Majesty?
Stay, fool. I find thy presence comforting. Now, I do not even know thy name.
Robert, my queen.
Of course, Robert.
I apologize, my queen, for appearing so unexpectedly. It was never my intent to give you cause for anxiety or pain.
Then why make thy declaration so brazenly? Why here? Why today?
As to the first, I was counseled that 'twould be safer to make my presence known in public.
Safer? What, fearest thou a vengeful queen who summarily executes those whose presence incommodes her? Is that the sort of monster thou wouldst call mother?
Majesty.
Get up, get up. Well,
Not out of fear of thee, my queen, but of those who seek to protect thee.
why this time and place?
Because of the nature of thy visit. Thy purpose in coming to Stirling is to observe these potential heirs, with the prospect of finally making a choice. It seemed my only chance.
Boy, my purpose in coming to Stirling was to escape London at the height of the plague season and amuse myself watching my arrogant, scheming relations fall over themselves for a chance at my crown.
The Romans at the Colosseum, we have Stirling.
And as long as the council thinks I'm contemplating naming an heir, they won't be constantly harping on the fact that I've not yet done so.
So it is all just a game. It's a race with no finish.
Like the Circus Maximus.
A game, perhaps, before you arrived. Now I fear things have gotten very serious.
With swords and fighting and
Fool! Far from ensuring thy safety, this public declaration of thine has placed a target squarely on my back.
I thought my hardest task would be winning thy favor, not retaining my life.
Thou hast won no favour yet, boy. If anything, this complicating of our simple progress should prejudice me against thee. Why, prithee, should I not have thee summarily arrested for treason?
Treason? Of what treason can I possibly be accused?
claiming the Virgin Queen as thy mother comes to mind.
She is! Thou art! Art thou not?
Who told thee this? Who counselled thee on how to approach and when? Speak, and speak true, boy.
Gracious Majesty, I was raised in the Welsh marches by a family named Owen. They always told me I was born for great things, but they never told me who my parents were. Only that it was their duty to keep me safe, to educate me, and to train me as a gentleman.
Ha! The illegitimate offspring of some lesser nobility, no doubt.
If that were all, I would be satisfied and find my useful place in this world. But a few days ago, I was awoken in the middle of the night and mysteriously confronted by my foster parents. And they handed me this letter. They told me my future lay before me.
The letter. May I read it?
I had hoped you could shed some light upon my birth.
Into thy tender loving care I entrust this beloved babe, mine own, whose great royal parentage must forever remain unknown.
And the signature.
The letter E, in rather large script, most curious.
'Tis not thy hand.
Is most like. But why camest thee to our court?
Noticed you the postscript at the very bottom, my queen.
Tell Robert when at last full grown, must he come to court and claim his own? Claim his own! Claim my throne! What sorcery is this? Why should I give this false letter any credence?
Because it reveals the name of my father.
I charge thee, reveal it.
Of course. Him for whom I was named. Robert Dudley, Earl of Leicester, the Queen's favourite. Your favourite.
Dare you?
Tell me it is false. Tell me I am someone else's bastard. Or confess here and now that I am no bastard at all. That thou and my father were secretly married, that I was conceived in thy nuptial bed.
So now I am a wife as well as a mother. What other titles shall we accrue before this day is out?
You make no denials, Majesty.
Silence does not imply consent, and a monarch must keep many secrets.
Then you deny this. This one personal item do I own, left to my infant hands. This portrait, this most regal countenance. Mine.
Mother, it is my likeness, I do confess. I doubtless gifted it to some ardent admirer years ago. It means nothing.
Am I a mere pawn in some grocery? I had hoped that thou couldst give me the answers I had yearned for all my life. But now I begin to doubt and feel a fool. I shall withdraw my claim and leave immediately if that is what your Majesty wishes. Thou needst never see nor think of me again.
Stay. We would know more of thee, of what sort of man thou art before dismissing thee. Wait in the outer chamber, thou'lt accompany us to the archery contest.
As you wish.
You like him?
Just because I would not throw him to the wolves does not imply affection. He has no idea of what he has set in motion. I would not see him harmed.
Also like him.
Because he is an innocent thrust into this nest of vipers that is Heirs' parent, and because someone is manipulating him for their own purposes.
And because you like him.
What if I do? He seems a nice enough boy. I believe I may like him without claiming him for mine own.
He has the look of Lord Robert about him.
That he does, the scoundrel. What does he purpose?
At best to snag thy heart, and at worst to steal thy throat. Then we must guard them both.
Watch him. Watch the heirs, and for God's sake, watch me. I depend upon you, Jane.
Ever at thy service, Majesty.